one of the most productive human beings that mankind has ever known. Priyanka Chopra. For an international audience, welcome. For an Indian audience, आपका स्वागत है. आपका इतना इंतजार कर रहे थे हम सारे Indians. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Ranveer. Thank you for having me back.
I have so much to say to you, which I'll finally offload now.
Please do. I've been waiting for this. Anticipation has built to high levels.
You and your podcast with us was a turning point in the whole podcast journey. And fortunately, we had first movers advantage for doing the podcast in India because podcasting wasn't a culture back then.
That's true.
Yeah.
That was right at the precipice of it.
Yeah. And whenever someone asks me what my favorite podcast was or my favorite guest was, I say you.
I love being a favorite.
There's a reason for that.
Thank you.
Okay, which I've not said online, but I will say, and I want to say this in front of you. When you're doing podcasts, you really sense the energy of the guest. Okay, and I've done all sorts of guests like Bollywood, military, you name it. You were the only person who gave me a very quiet, calming energy. You sat, you understood I was crazy nervous. You calmed me down and you gave me the content that you knew would work for the show. It was kind of like you were helping a younger version of yourself. Am I calling myself a younger version of you? I don't know.
Could be.
Maybe.
Yeah, for sure.
But I totally felt that. I felt so much help from you. And you didn't have to, but you were so nice. And it kind of also gave me a reference point of how to just be as a media professional. You're so professional. So thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. That means so much to me.
Yeah, it means a lot.
I mean, even I was a newcomer, right? At one point, I also started at something different. And it's just so nice when someone understands what your goal is and instead of standing in your way, helps you, pushes you just a little bit. And I kind of maybe sense that feeling from you. And I always like to stand and be helpful rather than be a thorn on your side. So I'm glad that it worked for you.
No, you weren't a thorn at all. Should I make it heavy now or should I warm you up a little bit?
Whenever you want, buddy. I'm good. I'm really good with heavy lifting.
Okay. Are you happy in life?
Yeah, actually happier than I've been in a really long time.
Okay. Why do you say that?
I think I reached a place where I stopped struggling with the things I did when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's maturity. Maybe it's being on the other side of 35, I guess. And maybe it is just having my feet on the ground on a little bit more stable ground. But I think I'm not running as fast as I was. I'm thinking about the steps I take. I'm in a really comfortable, content place when it comes to my life. And the choices that I'm making are mine and are not defined by other people or the validation that I probably needed when I was younger. So I think that's made me a little bit more happy and calm.
Okay. While you say all that, I feel yours is one of the biggest success stories that India has ever seen. Very few Indian actors or anyone from the media industry has reached where you've reached in your life. Aren't you done? Why do you want more? I'll tell you
What
why.
kind of question is that?
I meant, see, I have this vision for myself that I'm only going to work till about 35, 40 because then I just want to chill on a beach. I'm asking you from the beach scenario.
Sure.
Don't you kind of want to go on a beach? Because every time you take up something new, there is a trade-off of mental health in the long term. But you're just going for it. You were going for it even during the last conversation and you're going for it now. So I'm just trying to explore what's happening and why.
I can help you understand it a little bit.
Yeah.
When I was younger, it was really romanticized that you're going for it and just keep going. And, it's like you have to work 24 hours, do 4 movies in one time, 5 shifts, don't sleep, don't eat. And the more a person does that, the more successful you will be. But as I have seen and lived more life, I've realized having a work-life balance is really important. So when you talk about a beach, I was in Turks and Caicos just recently. My phones were off, me and my husband, just by ourselves. We spent time, we walked on the beach, we collected shells. And then I came back feeling rejuvenated, feeling excited and really motivated to take my career forward. So this romanticization of work has to be tough and work has to be rough, and it's not. Work can be your companion. Work can be creative. Work can be something that gives you joy. And now I've reached a point where that work-life balance for me is most important. I will work on the 6 verticals that I'm working on, my business, my production, my book, my acting, whatever. But when I switch off, I'm with my family, I'm at home, I watch movies, I do whatever I want to do. So then when I come back to work the next day, I have the focus to be able to do even more things. So when you're talking about retiring at like 35, 40, sure. If you want to have a shack in Goa, it used to be my dream when I worked like that too. But I want to have a shack in Goa, not wear shoes, chappal pehen ke, have fish fry all day, and that's what I wanted to do. But as I realized that there's something, I love my job and I love being able to create in very different ways. I have the privilege to be in a position that not many have been in. And I've created that by myself. I don't want to give it up. And I don't want anyone to take it away from me. It's my legacy for my children and for the future generation that may not have even seen the potential of something like that for themselves. Why would I give it up?
Again, I feel you're helping a younger version of yourself.
Sure.
Somewhere in some other universe.
I like deep sea diving. Let's go.
Okay. What you want to know about one of my favorite new hobbies?
Yeah.
It's watching really old episodes of Coffee with Karan and then seeing how everyone's trajectories were in life.
Yeah.
And my favorite episode, one of my favorites, was the one you did, I think, with Arjun Rampal in season 1.
Oh my gosh. Even I don't even know what was I like then?
You very different.
How old must I? When was that season?
2004?
Holy, wow.
Would you like to know?
Yeah.
As a podcaster.
Yeah. I want to know. I can't even. 2004, that means that's 1 year into me being an actor.
Yeah. I feel you're even different from like 3 years ago because lots has
sure.
happened in those 3 years. You're even more chill now.
Yeah.
Like I can feel that.
Yeah.
You were very like hyper kind of alpha when I last saw you in 2019. And in that episode, you're deeply professional and what's the word? Conscientious.
Mm-hmm.
You were like that. Like you're very professional. I think Karan Johar said, hey, well done and all. And your response was, yeah, I'm just trying to do my best job, guys. It was kind of like that. And
I was so nervous. I didn't know anything about the industry. I mean, the closest I had come to being in the business was taking a vacation to Bombay when I was 11 years old with my brother. And it was like, wow, Bombay. You know that park where they have the shoe and the
Hanging Garden.
Yeah, Hanging Garden. I had photographs in the Hanging Gardens even now. And that was like going to the beach, was seeing the Queen's necklace. All of that was all I knew about Mumbai. The industry was terrifying to me. And I think that's probably why I reacted like that.
It's a great message for young people because lots of people idolize you now because of what you've done now without understanding that it takes something as simple as that when you're beginning. Just be professional.
Or just give yourself a break. It's okay. You just have to do the best you can. Survive, keep your head above water, and slowly you'll see you'll be walking on it.
When did you realize that you're starting to become successful in life?
It's a really tough question because when I won my first pageant, which was Miss India, I was like, wow, I've won the world. I'm really successful. Then I won Miss World. And I was like, ye kaise ho gaya? Did not even, I had no computation of, again, 18, 17, had no understanding how it happened. But what I did understand was the opportunity it gave me. Suddenly people knew me, wanted to know me, gave me new opportunities. There were movies that were coming my way. I didn't know anything about how do you sign a movie? My poor father was a physician. He didn't know even more. And he was like highly protective. They gave up their practice. And for 2 working doctors who were very successful in Bareilly, and this is something I didn't even think about till I was like 30 years old, gave up everything to pursue my 19-year-old dream, my 19-year-old opportunities that even.
When someone sees your life the way you speak about it, there's a lot of blessings at like a lot
Absolutely.
of points.